yeah, we got that last fight yesterday. I mean, I'm sorry, on Saturday. By the way, subscribe to my mother huffing channel, bruh. What are you doing, bruh? You're not subscribed yet? You must soon. Like right now. Click it. Yeah? Alright. So we got Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Dude, one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life, hands down. No. I mean, look, man, he got poked in the eye. What I just don't get is that, like, how can you tell if it's intentional, non-intentional, the eye poke? I mean, I think that his eye poke is more intentional than friggin', whatchamacallit. I think, Leon Edwards' eye poke is way more intentional than friggin' Peter Yan's friggin' knee to the head of Aljamain Sterling. Just saying. Because he was warned by Herb Dean, like, the first round, and then I think it's pretty cool of Herb Dean to, like, say, let's not make it a friggin' intentional foul. Let's give him that no contest. I mean, look, he was doing him a favor, kind of. He could have did it, like, intentional and then screwed his friggin' record. Which, by the way, I have no idea if his record is still clean. If he still has a 9-fight winning streak. If that just goes away after that. That's kind of weird. No idea. So help me out there. But then we got, what do you call it? We got Derek Brunson versus, Kevin Holland. That's going to be an ill fight this weekend. It's going to be so friggin' cool. It's a good fight. I would rather see Kevin Holland versus Khamzat Chimaev. For sure. That's going to be a sick fight. But I think Khamzat is trying to focus on welterweight. I mean, he's doing good with the weight jump, you know, but I think he's going to stick to welterweight, which I think he will be the champion one day of that division. But, yeah, so we got Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland. So now let's look at this. Kevin Holland fought 5 times in 2020. He's beaten, his last fight was victory over Jacare Souza. Derek Brunson lost to Jacare, and he lost to Israel. Is that? Hold on, let me check. Derek Brunson has lost. Hold on, I forgot. Yeah, he got 2 L's against them. So he has he looked good against Shabazian. I remember that fight. But yeah, so he has 2 L's against he's 3-2 in his last 5. So you got Kevin Holland 5-5 in his last 5. So that's pretty cool. And then it's going to be very interesting to see if Kevin Holland can, like, even work with the takedowns, see how good his grappling. I mean, his grappling is pretty intense, so let's see how good his grappling is against the likes of, you know, Derek Brunson, because Derek Brunson might be like one of the best wrestlers in that division, you know. It'll be interesting to see how he can work it, how he can use it, his wrestling against somebody like Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, I think he is the favorite, and I believe that he should be because of his, like, you know, 2020, like, legacy. Like, what he did in 2020 was, like, insane. He won all 5 fights. I think 4 out of his 5 fights were, like, finishes. You know, either submissions or, like, submissions or TKOs, KOs. You know, that KO from the bottom that he did to Sosa Jacare was insane. The pace he put on him, you know, he just utilized all of his fucking abilities for that fight, which is pretty cool. And it's just going to be very interesting to see what Derek Brunson can do. I know it's weird because maybe Derek Brunson is ranked higher than him. So it's kind of weird to say, what can Derek Brunson do for Kevin Holland? It should be like, what can Kevin Holland do to protect himself from Derek Brunson? But it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like Derek Brunson is like a problem for Kevin Holland, which he kind of on paper, I think his takedowns are like higher up than friggin', you know, the percentage, the amount of takedowns he can do, the amount of takedowns he did is higher than friggin' Kevin Holland's. I think his reach is pretty insane, Kevin Holland's. I think he has a 8'1" reach, which is fucking insane. It's a pretty good friggin' reach. Just 3 inches shy from friggin', what's his name? Jones, which is pretty cool. I think that Kevin Holland is one of the top right now. He is definitely a fun fighter. He's a great fighter. He talks a lot of crap, which is also sick. Everyone likes a nice shit talker, especially when they're doing it in the cage. Khabib is known for that. Kevin Holland is another one that like is just gonna probably blow up because of that. I think this fight is gonna either make or break Kevin Holland. I'm leaning towards Kevin Holland. I think he's just way too crisp. I think he's too freaky, he's too crazy. He might do crazy shit in there. I feel like if Derek Brunson takes him into situations, I think Kevin Holland can definitely figure his way around a certain thing or two. I think Kevin Holland will just negate some stuff easier, especially in the beginning rounds. I think Derek Brunson's really going to probably rely on his wrestling. I don't think Derek Brunson's going to want anything from the feet, especially because Israel pieced him up so bad. Especially since Israel pieced him up so bad. Yeah, Derek Brunson's probably going to watch out for that because that was his last loss. Israel and Kevin, very similar in reach. You know, they both strike outside of the box. They use distance very well. I think Derek Brunson is going to utilize some of his wrestling in the beginning. And I think in the beginning it might be a problem for Derek Brunson to do that. I think he has to tire him out somehow. I don't think wrestling's the way to tire out Kevin Holland at first. I think you have to, like, be tricky. Maybe go attack his feet a little bit. Like, you saw how well it worked with, McGregor. McGregor is a master at, like, maintaining distance and striking from the outside. Counter-puncher. And Dustin Poirier took some shots to the dome, but messed up his leg so bad that in the second round, he really couldn't do much, you know? And I think if Derek Brunson utilizes that approach, I think that he could see a victory against Kevin Holland. But it's unlikely to happen. I think Derek Brunson is going to get pieced up. I think that he's going to try to utilize his wrestling. Like I said, I think Kevin Holland's going to negate his wrestling, get out of them quick, especially because he has so much energy in the first round. I think it's going to be I think it's a great fight. I think that this fight is going to get Kevin Holland up there in the rankings. I think he's definitely going to get a top 5 fighter for sure next fight. I do think that not a lot of people are going to want to fight him in top 5 because I do think he is, especially once you enter the top 10, top 5, if they know you're a hard fight, they're not going to fight you. They're not going to want to fight you because high risk, low reward for them. If they're already ahead of you in the rankings, why would they want to fight you? You give them nothing. So I think a Khamzat Chimaev might work really well for this next fight. I know that it makes no sense because Khamzat is in the welterweight right now trying to figure that out with Leon Edwards, but I really do think Khamzat Chimaev versus Kevin Holland is probably going to be a banger. If it's not going to be a knockout in the first 2 rounds, it's going to be one of the best fights we've ever seen. It's going to be like a Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 2. It's going to be like a John Jones versus Gustafsson. It's going to be that kind of fight. It's going to be a friggin' dog fight. It's going to be like a Joanna versus Zhang, you know? They're just going to friggin' throw whatever they want at each other. And then we got this new fight announcement coming out for UFC in April 27th. We got a crazy fight, 3 title fights again. Dude, this friggin' year of fights is just, it's looking so great. We started out with McGregor. We had the Israel Adesanya versus, we had the Nunes fight with Megan Anderson. We had Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. We had Adesanya versus Blachowicz. And then next week we have Ngannou versus Stipe, and then we have in April we got another 3 title fights. Yo, Nunes is a monster. Then we have, it's Shevchenko is fighting, and Shevchenko's fighting Andrade, and Rose is fighting Zhang. That's the fight. Dude, I think Rose is going to kick ass, dude. I love Rose. I think she's such a great fighter, dude. I love her so much. She's such a great boxer. But I think Zhang has a little bit more power. But listen, whatever. And then we got Kamaru versus Masvidal too. Fuck that fight. It's fine. But yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying, dude? Subscribe to my channel. I know you want to. Just, you know, fucking do it, dude. Stop being such a wimp, a little sissy boy. Stop lurking, bro. Just subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Stop being a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Peace out, guys. Thank you. Respect.
Sit back and listen for the ultimate opinion. We learn from the UFC.